This is Kugan Cassius for IFL TV. We're at my gym here in Finchley for the Derek Chisora media workout ahead of his fight at the Copperbacks this Saturday. With me, I've got trainer to Derek Chisora, Don Charles. What's happening, Don?
Everything's good, as usual.
Everything's always good. In Team Charles, always good.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is the third opponent that's been touted for Derek ahead of this fight. So what has that done to your preparation and your plans leading up to Saturday?
Well, I like to think we're at the level now where we've had these things happen a few times in the past, so we've kind of experienced now how to do small adjustments to be able to deal with the situation. Yeah, we've managed to sort it out.
So Pala, coming from Czech Republic, what do you know about him?
Internet.
YouTube, power of YouTube.
Absolutely. So look, if you remember a few months ago, his name came up. He was supposed to fight Derek. I think it's prior to the Mallet Scott fight. He was mentioned, and we studied him back then, and that fight didn't happen. So when his name came up again, we already know about him. So again, we went back and looked at him again. There's nothing else to find apart from what we already knew about him. We know his record, we know his height, we know what he had for breakfast yesterday. Anyway, look, we know this opponent as in his style. It's all about styles, and yes, it will be very interesting, very interesting. What we concentrate more is on what we are doing. Okay, make sure Derek is fit, mentally and physically. Make sure he's trained well, which he has. Make sure his sparring is gone well, which everything, we've ticked all the boxes. So really and truly, we're regarding the opponent, we respect the opponent, but we've made provisions for him.
Quite a bit of a turnaround in Derek's career in his last 3 or 4 fights. Is that how you see it, Don, as a turnaround?
Yeah, I mean, look, however you look at it, it is a turnaround. Not many people are able to go through what he's been through and come out the other end intact. So he's been able to do that physically and mentally. We've had some massive losses in the ring with the David HAYE situation. He's had his license taken away from him and reinstated. So many things has happened in the last 2-3 years, and he's fought for the WBC. We've gone 360 degree to come to where we are today. And, I have to admire him as a person. He's still very intact and applying himself in training more than ever before. He's more determined now than he's ever been. So I'm really, really pleased and admire him for that.
Like you just said, Derek's fought a very high calibre of opposition. Hasn't always come out on top, but he's fought them. Is this going to keep him in good stead for future fights that he's already fought the likes of HAYE, Klitschko, Fury,
Yeah, most definitely. It's called experiences. You draw experiences from, whether it's you're victorious or you've lost, you draw experiences from them. So I believe, he as a fighter has, from having been through and fought all those characters, you draw experience from them. Me as a coach is the same. I get experience from all those experiences, whether they're good or bad.
I remember speaking to you at Gray's when we were talking about Derek and David Price potentially fighting, and you said that for his next fight it was probably a little bit too soon for David to go in with Derek. That fight is now, the purse bid has been won by Frank Warren. So what are your thoughts on this if this was to happen next year?
Yeah, look, we're ready to fight anybody. Derek is the current European champion. We're not chasing anybody. If it's somebody to challenge him for the European title and the promoter tells us that's who we're going to face, and then the promoter is in the best position to direct us. And we trust our promoter, Frank Warren. He's done a magnificent job for Derek all throughout his career. And whatever he puts in front of us, we will because we agree with him.
HAYE Fury didn't happen. Tyson Fury took to Twitter to say that he's retired. Whether you can make anything of that from Twitter, that's for people to make their own minds up about. Doctors have advised David HAYE that he potentially should retire as well. What do you think about that whole situation?
That whole situation, look, some of the things I might say here might be a bit personal in terms of towards David HAYE, David Hayes playing games. He's always playing games with the public, yeah, which is not fair. Okay, the public, without the public, we are nothing. As in the boxers, the whole industry is the paying punters, yeah, who I feel for in this case. Yeah, he's done it a number of times. To him, it's a big game, but to people, this is not a game. 1 minute you're retired, 1 minute you're fighting. He always does it to suit himself. Okay, I feel sorry for Tyson Fury. The reason being, Derek Chisora has been through what Tyson is just going through currently. You're geared up, you've trained, you really programmed everything, your mind, everything for that particular fight. And then Mr. Haye, first there was the cut, then the postponement. From the postponement, then the retirement. Come on, it's not fair. Tyson Fury, where he is now, I don't blame the kid for saying he's retired from boxing. I don't believe he's retired. It's just the way he's feeling at the moment. What happened to Derek Chisora, my own fighter? If you remember, Vladimir Klitschko did exactly the same treatment to us. We went to Germany to fight this guy. Yeah, everything was laid on. We're prepared mentally, physically, everything. The man decided, I don't want to fight anymore. And injury that up to date, nobody really challenges those medical results. I would like to see those medical evidence about these injuries. Yeah. Then Tyson Fury, where he is now, he's distraught. He's like, why should I do this sport anymore? Because people are not serious. Yeah, people are not serious because, you get a postponement because of a cut. You're now reprogramming your mind, and then you're training to be able to do the fight the next date, which was supposed to be in February. Then your opponent suddenly sends pictures on the internet, lying in hospital. Yeah, I want to know which hospital, and I want to see the evidence. If I was the public, I would demand to see the evidence, medical evidence of the operation. Okay, and it's not fair. It's not fair on the fighter, in this case Tyson Fury, and it's not fair on the paying punters.
So, Don, it sounds like you doubt the legitimacy of David's injuries to me. Is that the way you see it?
No, I didn't say I doubt. I said the public should demand to see the medical evidence of it. And if medical evidence, a doctor's report to say, I carried out this operation and I want to make it public. If you're going to make it public, like you're lying in hospital, yeah, all bandaged up and taped up, yeah, I'm afraid that's not enough. I think the public deserve more than that. And Tyson Fury.
If the Derek Chisora that's in shape now, the shape he's in now, would it be a different fight if he was to have that fight with Haye again?
Of course, I'm going to say yeah. Mentally, physically, he's in a better place than he was. Yeah. Haye did not beat my boy. Yeah. Derek beat Derek Chisora on that all throughout the preparation, all throughout the fight. Derek Chisora beat Derek Chisora. Not taking no credit away from Haye. He did what he had to do. He turned up in magnificent shape like he always does. He fought a good fight for himself, and he was victorious. I'm not denying him of his victory or bitter about his victory. No. Okay? Listen, he's retired. So us talking about him fighting Derek Chisora, he's retired till he decides. Till the stakes get higher, till someone else like Vitaly Klitschko offers him more money, he'll come out of retirement. The shoulder will be perfectly fine in the summer, this summer.
All right. Well, if that's to happen, that's to happen. We'll have to wait and see. Moving forward for next year, obviously this will be Derek's last fight of the year. Moving forward to next year, can you see Derek getting another shot at the world title next year?
I'm not the promoter. Frank Warren's the promoter, and the indications are, even yourself, James, we all know that he's the current European champion. Provided we're successful on Saturday, which I believe we will be, we'll never underestimate any opponent, including Andrzej Parla on Saturday at the Copper Box on Box Nation. I believe we're going to be successful in defending our title. And provided we overcome Mr. Parla, the future looks very bright, actually, because once we've had this defense, there are a number of people I'm sure Frank will track to get us in a position to possibilities of contesting for a world title in some shape or form. Listen, we know what the future, we know what's out there, and we just got to keep winning and put ourselves in position to be able to contest for those titles.
All right. Well, listen, Don Charles, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. As always, pleasure to speak to you. And we're going to go and have a little 3-minute pad session.
You know they're saying in boxing, Cooks, let's get it on.
Going to go and get 3 minutes. No, for just 3 minutes.
You're calling 3 minutes. I'm a coach. You do as you're told, all right? I only train 5.
I'm going to do a Derek. Time out. Just call it when I'm basically...
Seriously, we'll do our thing. You're going to enjoy it.
Reps and everything.
The whole shebang.
Yeah.
If you're going to go and play cricket, you can't play it without no shin pads, right?
Listen, I only wear grants, so if you ain't got grants, we can't do it.
All right. Well, I'll paint grants on them. All right? All right, Cooks. Always a pleasure,
cool.
man.
All right, we look forward to this. Right. Coon Cassis with Don Charles here at my gym in Finchley for IFL TV. Thank you very much.